Gentlemen, right, I've got fragrances here that are going to up your gym game. Yes, you go to the gym to lift weights, to get fit, but when you're pushing and you're getting a bit of a sweat on and you're wearing a fragrance and it's projecting, these fragrances will make you smell great. Stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. That is right, today I've got 8 great gym fragrances to go through. These you can wear not just to the gym. These fragrances are very versatile, so you can wear these to the office, you can wear these if you're going out for drinks, if you're running chores, but these will also work great in the gym because a lot of these are freshies. And like I say, I know a lot of people, or most people, go to the gym to lift weights, to get fit. And I know some of yous out there probably stand there on your phones for a half hour. But in the process, you like to smell good. And there's nothing wrong with that. These fragrances will do that for you. And I'm going to start with a fragrance from the house of Eccentric Molecules. But before I get going, if you enjoy my content and you're new here, hit the subscribe button and press the bell because it will notify you when I upload a review. And thank you to all my subscribers. I swear by this fragrance. Ever since I got this fragrance, it was a very high like, turned into a love. And now Eccentric Molecules, Eccentric O2 is one of my most favourite fragrances, personally for myself. The way this opens up, and this is fresh, citrusy, fizzy. You got a ton of notes in this fragrance. Right, there's a note up top that is called, I'm probably going to butcher this, it is Almudler, and it's Austrian lemonade. You got juniper berry, mandarin, lime, bergamot, ginger, freesia, clary sage, pink pepper, hedione, orris, muscone, musk, ambroxan, vetiver and tonka. This opens fizzy, lively, citrusy, fresh. The ambroxan comes in quite early, plus this does have aromatic qualities. And I also get a little bit of a salty nuance from this fragrance, very lightly, and to me that is the ambroxan. Wood's creeping, musk is there. Now, the more this sits on my skin, the muskier it gets. I did say this in another review, that musky fragrances tend to turn really musky on my skin, and I don't mind that because I enjoy a bit of musk. The ginger adds a little bit of zing, plus pushes in a fresh bit of spice along with the pepper. Like I say, things turn woodsy. As it starts calming down, the citrus stays with the fragrance. It sort of goes a little bit fruity. Now, pushing through the base, you get a clean vetiver with a very slightly earthy tone to it. There is some sweetness thrown into the fragrance. This would make a great gym fragrance. I get great longevity with this as well. And on hotter days, this comes alive. So if you're sweating up and you're in the gym, it's going to beam off you. This is a great fragrance. These are £100 for 100 ml. But you can pick them up on discounters. That's where I got this from. I think I got this from Notino in the UK at some point. And I didn't pay full retail for it. But anyway, coming in first, it is Eccentric Molecules, Eccentric O2. This is a great, great fragrance. Up next is one coming from the House of Lattafa. And this is for someone who's on a budget. Not even if you're on a budget, this fragrance smells great. I believe it's about £40 in the UK for a 100ml bottle. And I called it the Horsehead. It is Mahia Legacy. Right, my bottle, look, as you can see, the cap doesn't stay on. It drops off, and these are weighty caps. So just beware, if you do get a bottle of this, don't let this hit your foot because you'll be in trouble. This is a clone or spy-by version of Sedley by Parfums de Marly. Another one with a ton of notes. You got lavender, grapefruit, mint, lime, pineapple, black pepper, geranium, juniper berry, rosemary, olibanum, resinoids, ambroxine, cashmere, oak moss, tonka bean, vetiver, vanilla and bergamot. Loads of fresh notes, sweet notes. This opens up with a blast of mint, so it's very fresh. Straight away you get citruses, plus you get the aromatics in this early on. Now, with all this, it's a little bit musky and hazy. That's the way I would describe it. Like, it's not full-on musky, but it's got a little bit of haze to it, so to speak. Now, once it starts to settle, the lavender does push through a little bit more, and the lavender is smooth here. Like, nothing's rough about this fragrance, but the only thing I will say about this is that in the opening especially, there's a little bit of a metallic tinge to it. It's a little bit sharp, but it's not off-putting, but it's there. But once this settles, that sharp metallic tinge it sort of smooths out, and then it fades out. Now, dries down a bit more. You get the ambroxine quite early. Woods come in. The cashmere is helping out on the ambroxine. Woodsy, musky, dries down a little bit more. Now, you get, I won't even call it, it's not resinous. You get a little bit of a sweet, balsamic touch, but it always stays fresh. Like, this doesn't go into the warm direction by any means. You've got all the aromatics in here, the mint, the citruses, but you do get a little bit of a sweet, balsamic touch. From mid to dry down, there is a little something there. But with that, the aromatics are still present. This is a great fragrance. This is very fresh. This will go great in the gym, fresh out the shower. And for £40, this is worth the money. If you enjoy the scent profile of Sedley by Parfums de Marly and you want something that's very similar, you can't go wrong with this. It's a clone, yes. Does it come across synthetic? A little bit, but it's well done. Anyway, that is Mahia Legacy. Oh, and plus there's some nice fresh spice to the fragrance. Had to throw that in there. That is Mahia Legacy from the House of Lattafa. 7 to 8 hours longevity, no problem. Up next is a fragrance from the House of Floris. They have been around for many of years. The brand has. And to me, this is a woody fougere fragrance. It's got sandalwood in it, and it's got sandalwood in the name. It is Santel. Now, the only thing I would say about this is that, to me, this is for someone who's 25 and up, because it's got a little bit more of a mature touch to it. Not old school, nothing like that. If you're 16, you can rock it. It doesn't matter if you like the scent profile, wear it. But me, I would say someone 25 and up, this would suit you. Right. That's one in my eyes. God damn it. Oh, it's one in my eyes. Shit. Right. You got bergamot. Shit. You got bergamot, green grass, lemon, lavender, black pepper, nutmeg, clove, sandalwood, tonka, cedarwood, patchouli, vetiver, frankincense and musk. How does this open up? It opens up fresh, a little bit citrusy and spicy. Now, straight away or near on straight away, I get a woodsy tone to the fragrance, and there's always something creamy about this. But the more it dries down, that sandalwood really does start pushing through to the front, and then the fragrance completely goes creamy and warms up. But after a couple of minutes, the fragrance is fighting, because it's going from fresh spicy to warm spicy, fresh spicy back to warm spicy. It don't know what it wants to do for a couple of minutes, and then as it starts to settle, the fragrance warms up. The citruses take a back seat. Like I say, the woodsy side of this fragrance amps up. This does get some musk to it. Now, the vanilla and the tonka, they are present, once that opening calms down, the fragrance has always got a little bit of sweetness to it, but it dries, it turns a little bit sweeter. The frankincense helps warm the base of the fragrance up. The cedar comes through. Now, there is a balsamic quality to this fragrance in the late dry down. Plus, the vanilla does come through. Not only does it add a little bit of sweetness, it does add a little bit of a vanillic tone to the base of the fragrance. And it helps the fragrance stay creamy, sweet and warm along with the woods. This is a great fragrance. It really is. You can easily wear this to the gym. You can wear this if you're going out for drinks. You can wear this to the gym, have a shower, put it back on, and then go out. Job done. One fragrance, it'll do it all. And that is Santel from the House of Florists. You can pick this up again at discounters. I don't know the full retail of this fragrance because I've had this for a while now. I believe this came out in 2003. So it's about 20 years old. It doesn't smell dated by any means. It really doesn't. It's a great scent. Check it out. Up next, we have a Beast Mode fragrance. Yes, you can wear this for formal occasions, for going out, partying, dinners. But if you go Beast Mode in the gym, try it. Kenzo Homme Eau de Parfum. This thing is a powerhouse. The perfumer behind this is Quinton Biche. He also did Ganymede and he's done loads of other fragrances. And this does remind me slightly of that fragrance. You've got a simple note breakdown. You've got mineral notes, leather and patchouli. But there's more going on here than just that. Straight away, it opens up. Slightly metallic. It's got this salty facet to the fragrance. It's fresh. Plus, you get some nice spice up top. Now, with all this, I get woods. As it starts to settle a little bit, now the leather comes through. And the leather here, it's not rough or rugged, but it's a little bit loud. Like, it's quite present. The patchouli adds in a little bit of sweetness and helps out on the woodsy side of things. But that marine quality to the fragrance always stays. That salty nuance that you get, that fades out, but that fresh marine quality stays with the fragrance. The patchouli and the leather do darken this a little bit in the dry down, but it always has a lingering bit of sweetness to it. Plus, it also has a fresh side to the fragrance, which opens, is in the mid, and it stays into the dry down. You only need a couple of sprays with this fragrance. If you're indoors, 2 max. If you're outdoors, 4 will do you. That's more than enough. You get, or I get 8 to 9 hours with this, and by then I can still detect it lightly on skin. It is a strong fragrance. And if you've got a couple of sprays of this on and you're in the gym and it's projecting off of you, you are going to leave a big scent trail with Kenzo Homme. And that is the EDP version. Up next, this for me is a versatile king. It is from the House of Narciso Rodriguez. It is Blue Noir for him, Eau de Parfum. This smells great. This is a very fresh, woodsy, musky fragrance. Yeah, it's good. Right, cardamom, nutmeg, blue cedar, vetiver, amber, black ebony and musk. As soon as this opens up, you get spice. It's fresh, you get the vetiver. Now, this does have a soapy side to it, and I'm not quite sure where that's coming from, but it's got this shower gel vibe to it, which makes it very fresh. But as it settles, this fragrance turns, or it starts out musky and it turns quite musky. Then it darkens up a little bit, and I do get an ever so slight earthy touch again from this vetiver. It's fresh, but there is a little bit of an earthy quality to it, and that normally stands out from mid to dry down. This is not a complex fragrance. What you're going to get with it, like I say, it's fresh, spicy, woodsy, a little bit soapy, musky, and then when it dries down, it darkens up a tad, and it gets a little bit of an earthy quality to it. And that is the fragrance in a nutshell. Not overly complex, it's masculine, but it smells great and it does the job. I mean, you can make this your signature scent. Office, gym, going out, drinks. You can wear this anywhere. All year round fragrance, and it is solid. Anyway, that is Bleu Noir for him, Eau de Parfum. This one, to me, is probably one... I've got a couple of unisex ones on here, and the rest of these are masculine leaning, no doubt about it. And I think this can be pulled off by a woman, but a fella, any age, it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are, you can rock this from the House of Lattafa again, and it's inexpensive. I think this is £20 for 100 ml in the UK. It is Raid Silver. I've heard some people say this smells like Cedrat Boisé. And look at the atomizer on this, look. Very slight, maybe in that kind of vein, but it does completely something else to what Cedrat Boisé does. This is fruity, citrusy. I apologise about the noise. There's roadworks going on outside. There is nothing I can do about it. Right, you got citruses, mandarin orange, spices, clove, cinnamon, amber, saffron, vanilla, ambergris, musk, leather, and agar wood, which is oud. Right, is this an oudy fragrance? No. The oud here just provides a woodsy undertone. This opens up citrusy, sweet, bright, lively, but with this you have warm spice. So it's got some freshness to it, and there is a little bit of an underlining warmth to the fragrance. You get a nice dose of the cinnamon, and you can definitely pick up on the saffron. Like once that opening calms down, or even just after a couple of minutes, you can start picking up on the saffron. Now, this is when I get a woodsy undertone with the fragrance. Plus, it has musky edges. Now, as this dries down, the vanilla, you get a vanillic tone, plus it turns the fragrance creamy. The fragrance now, that freshness has calmed down and it has warmed up a little bit, but it's staying fruity. Like that fruity quality stays all the way through the fragrance, which to me adds a little bit of a fruity freshness into the scent, so to speak. Like I say, you get the vanilla. The agar wood is just woodsy. It's not an oud fragrance by any means. It might add a little bit of a rich quality to the overall scent profile, but it just throws woods in. That is what I can pick up, or that is how it comes across to my nose. This is a great fragrance. This is such a no-brainer. If you are on a budget and you want something that smells very nice, and this doesn't open up with a synthetic blast or an alcohol blast. Yeah, the fragrance is synthetic, but it doesn't open up harsh and chemically. It doesn't open up harsh or chemically, you know, when you get that rotten, pungent smell. It's nothing like that. This is great quality for the money. And again, this is a versatile fragrance. And because of that fruity side, that is why I say, ladies, you can pull this off. This would be great for the gym. It really will. When you're heating up and you're radiating, this will leave a great scent trail. And that is Raid Silver from the House of Lattafa. £20. It's a no-brainer. What would a gym list be without a Dior Homme Sport in it? And this is the 2021 edition. Fresh, zesty, spicy. This is not a complex fragrance by any means. And it is a little bit more on the expensive side. Like, this won't break the bank. But I think for 125ml, it might be about £100. Great atomizers on these deals. This is good. Right, you've got Calabrian Bergamot, you've got Italian Lemon, you've got LME, Pink Pepper, Frankincense, and woodsy notes. How does this open up? Citrusy, zesty, fresh, spicy. Now, excuse me. Now, the LME, to me, obviously adds the spice along with the pepper. But LME can give off a lemony, resinousy quality. And that helps this fragrance carry that citrus through into the mid, near on into the dry down. The spice always stays there, woods come in early. Now the frankincense to me adds, I think it helps out in a few different ways. I think it throws a little bit of sweetness into the fragrance. It warms the base up a little bit. It helps out on the woodsy side of things. I don't really get anything smoky with this frankincense here, because I know frankincense, oil of banనం, it can come across incensey. I don't get that here. This is more fresh, spicy, woodsy, citric, zesty. This is a great fragrance. This is a no-brainer for the gym. I mean, yeah, I know it's a little bit of an expensive fragrance to wear at the gym, but if you're on a budget, I have a couple here that you can use. But if you're not on a budget and you ain't got to watch the bank account too much, or you have these fragrances already, these will be great for the gym. And Dior Homme Sport 2021 will be great. Dior Homme Sports 2017, that will work as well. But anyway, this is a great fragrance. And for hotter days, that thing comes alive. And to finish off the review, I had to put this one in. This is so fresh and lively. It's Citrus Paradisi from the House of Pharmacia SS Anusita. I butcher that every goddamn time, but I give it a go. The bottles of these are stunning, and the atomizers, we love a pressurized atomizer, people, don't we? Oh, this is good. This is really good. Right, you got pink grapefruit, lemon, fig leaf, cardamom, magnolia, cassis, musk, cedarwood and duracord. How does this open up? Rindy, pulpy, zesty, juicy. The lemon helps out on the zesty side of things. So this is very citric, fresh and juicy up top. There is a soft bit of spice to the fragrance. The woods come in early. Again, so does the musk. As this sits, the woods amp up just a little along with the musk. The florals help sort of shape round and smooth the edges of the fragrance. They do give this some lift. This does have a little bit of an airy nature to it, but it also has a little bit of density to it, because this just won't last a couple of hours. This is a long-lasting citrus fragrance. And what I like about it is that it has this cooling effect. It does go a little bit aromatic at times. It even gives off a little bit of an aquatic nature. Just the way all the notes are blended in together and the way it comes across. It gives off a little bit of a marine, aromatic, aquatic vibe. To my nose, it does anyway. To me, this is unisex. So I've got two unisex ones on the list. This is one of them, and then the other one is that Raid Silver. But sample this, sample any of these. You cannot go wrong. If you're looking for a decent gym scent and you want to up your game, any of these will work, because you will definitely stand out. Right, people, thank you for sticking with me. Let me know which ones you own out of these. Let me know which one is your current gym scent. I do apologise on the noise coming from outside. There is fellas out there doing roadworks, noisy bastards. Stopping and trying to review, then stopping again because of the noise outside, and it is what it is. I do apologise. I appreciate everybody's support. And remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. And I'll definitely see you lot on the next one. Cheers.